So this is going to be our last chapter on cars. So pretty much after chapter 7, everything becomes practice. So if you want to keep going after chapter 7, then yeah, I would definitely recommend it. But it's meant after chapter 7 is meant to be more of an interactive thing, right? You're supposed to be doing practice and stuff from chapter 7 to 12. So it just wouldn't be too helpful for us just for me to talk about it. So, last but not least, let's talk about how to build your car study plan, okay? So, first you really want to diagnose your starting point. Before you start building a strategy, you need to figure out what you were scoring on cars, right? We usually say cars is like a skill. Okay, it's one of those things where some people would take a car session and get a 132, and some people could study for months and only get a 126, right? So that's why the first step, we got to figure out where you are. Okay. Then we need to figure out, okay, what's going on, right? Is timing working for you, or what can we adjust and stuff like that? Is it comprehension? Are you reading too slow? Are you answering the questions too slowly? Stuff like that. So one tip that I would say is you should definitely start with a full length diagnostic on AMC car session. People use a lot of third parties, but for cars, I would recommend not to use third parties, just because cars is very AMC based. So you should definitely establish realistic goals. Okay, some target scores that you should be shooting for. I would actually even say, in my opinion, anything from a 125 to a 127 is solid. Not even 127. 125 to 127 is solid, bruh. Trust. But when you get into the 129s, now that's a really good score. Like that is like I would call 120. I feel like Kaplan has this wrong. 129 is elite, okay, and then 130 plus, you're just built different. Okay, so like these are very good score, all three of these. But even a score, like my goal for cars would be like I would be ecstatic with a 126, right? So it's again, it's very hard, right? So and again, you don't set these score goals based on this. You need to set the score goals based on you, your timeline, your baseline, and your target skills. You should never ever compare your car score to anyone else. Out of every section on this test, this is the one where you cannot compare yourself. This is only you. You like People are born, we call it a skill. Some people are really good at it, some people aren't. Only focus on yourself. We don't care about what anyone else scores. The goal would be, let's say you start cars at a 121, okay, and then you finish at a 125. Like that's amazing. Like, you know what I mean? Like you did great, okay, because that is your baseline. You built up on your baseline so good. So I feel like cars, a lot of people get sad and stuff because it tends to be people's lowest section, but there's nothing wrong with that, right? As long as you're improving and you're growing, then who cares? So for 7.3, let's talk about a plan, right? So you really want to do 1 to 2 passages a day, untimed at first, right? You want to do untimed at first because you want to focus on active reading, breaking down the author's argument, and then reviewing every question and answer. Once you get really good at this stuff, then you should go ahead and start doing it timed. Weekly, you should really be doing one full length car session. Not one full length. Okay, so some like Jack Weston has a ton of 59 question car sections. So weekly, you should do one of Jack Weston's car sessions. You could do it untimed, or you could do it timed. Again, I would recommend you start doing it untimed. They're free. They have a bunch of 59 question cars passages for you guys to do. I would do that once a week. And again, I would start with untimed, but then after a while, you want to get into the 9 passages, 90 minutes. So while you're doing that, you need to identify question types that are give you trouble and make sure you log your performances, right? That's what I used to do is I used to write down like, okay, I got this wrong because I looked outside of the passage. Okay, I got this wrong because I didn't understand what the author was talking about, and so on and so on. And then here's some review processes. Don't just move on from wrong answers, right? You need to analyze why you missed them. And I need to work on this too because I actually just be moving on. I'm like, well, F that passage. But what you really should be doing is you need to analyze, did you misread the question? Did you fall for a trap answer? Or did you just not understand the passage? When you do that, you need to track these patterns. Are you struggling more with reasoning beyond the text? Are you rushing, or are you overthinking? Okay? Once you figure this out, it's going to help you grow. And final prep and test day readiness. So in the final week, you really want to shift your focus to AMC cars material, okay? And AMC has a total of 240 questions outside of their full lengths, okay? They have they call them cars question banks. They're like 15, yeah, they monetize them. So it's like $15 per. Each one has 120 questions. As you get closer to your test, that is all you want to do. I know a lot of people do, like, there's Jack Weston, there's UWorld, all of that good stuff. It's great to do. But as you get close to the test, you want to stop all of that and you want to only do the AMC stuff. And then again, make sure you do it all the time, right? We're here for consistency. We're not here for 100% answers. Next, you should definitely trust your instincts, okay? I also need to work on this, right? Avoid your second guessing unless you have clear justification that there's a reason to change it. If you feel like the answer is right, it's probably right. Keep going, okay? Awesome, guys. So hopefully this helps you as you're prepping for cars. This is definitely the last cars video. Yeah, so good luck. And again, don't overthink it. Work hard and be consistent. I see you guys in biology.